What's up, everybody? My name is TEW. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. We are doing the local to global challenge as our own created company, the IWC, the International Wrestling Corporation. We're in the year 1971, our second year in the industry. The month is August, so we're a little bit halfway through the year now, and I've got some good news for everyone here. If you've been paying attention to the series here, you'll know one of the big complaints we've had right now is that the fact that both the economy and the wrestling industry are at a downward spiral right now in America. And it's not looking too good. I believe the economy was at like an E something. Wrestling industry, I believe, was in the D area. But I've got some good news. The economy is on the rise, everybody. It's still in the E, but it's on the rise, which means something happened. Americans are making money. And they want to see some... Well, actually, no. They don't want to see some wrestling because the wrestling industry is still, going down. But people have got money. And when they've got money, they've got spare money to spend. And sometimes they want to see you boys wrestle, you know? I'm from the future. I should know what they want. We're going to get some butts in the seats. The IWC will be number one. We've got this. We've got this. Anyway, let's stop wasting time. Let's jump right into the show. We've got a crazy show set for us tonight. Last time we had our show, Alexis Smirnoff went crazy. He took out both the Arnolds, Jody and Don Arnold. He has sworn revenge for his fallen brother, Alex the Butcher. And speaking of Alex the Butcher, I've got some news on Alex the Butcher that I can't wait to share with you guys a little later here. Let's just say I told you so. Anyway, let's stop wasting time. Let's go ahead. Let's jump in. Let's run this show. Here we go. We open up the night. 92 people, by the way, in the... Oh, gosh. Hold on. Let's go back real quick. I forgot one major thing. Ooh. You can tell it's been a while since I've booked in Total Extreme Wrestling here because I forgot to pick the best venue, which, of course, there it is. See, I told you. Economy's rising. 27 E rating right now, and we're rising. Should be good. Wrestling industry, unfortunately, is falling. Hopefully that raises. We're not going to the insane borough. I'm just going to show this guy for you guys right now. They have 300 people, and I have to pay them $500. I'd rather just run out of my backyard right now. So that's why we're just going to do the generic venue in the Southwest, because we're a backyard wrestling company, you know? We're the International Walmart Corporation. You heard it here. Let's run this show now. We're in the Walmart parking lot, as we should be. We've only got 90 people here. In fact, most of them are probably just shoppers walking in, and some kid was like, "Oh, look, Dad, there's some wrestling." And he's like, "All right, son, let's do it." And I'm like, "Hey, you gotta pay." And he's like, "What do you mean I gotta pay? This is the Walmart parking lot." And I'm like, "You still gotta pay." I don't know how we charge people because it's like out in the open and they can just walk up and watch either way, but we're charging people. They have to pay a parking fee, air quotations, to get in the Walmart parking lot to get to our show. Or maybe we're like one of those companies that run the show inside the Walmart. Anyone ever see that picture where they're like in the Walmart running the show? But I'd probably have to pay them for that, and I'm not paying anybody. So we're in my backyard at least. Somewhere that doesn't charge me money. I'm thinking way much about this. 90 people are in the backyard here tonight. 19 E- rating here for our opening angle of the night, as Cousin Slim is standing in the ring for our opening match when out comes the king of rock and wrestling, Jim Alexi. And as he makes his way down towards to the ring, he takes to the mic and he goes, "Now looky here, Slim. Month after month, you've been poking your nose in my business, and admittedly, I've done my fair share of getting in yours. But it's time to end this gravy train. I'm not going to let some yodel hick hitch a ride and ride to the top with the king. And tonight, I'm taking you to the back of the farm and I'm putting you down, boy. Let's get this started." So Jim Alexi with some quick words for his rival Slim. As you know, these two have been kind of at each other's necks. It's a bit of a weird feud between these two going on, admittedly. They've kind of cost each other matches. Alexi's never been too happy that he's lost to Cousin Slim in the past, and he's looking to end here tonight. So let's see if the King can back up his trash talking. We head into the matchup, which gets a 32E plus rating here. Decent matchup here. Jim Alexi does it. The King of Rock and Wrestling beats Cousin Slim here tonight in 7 minutes 44 seconds by, of course, illegally using the ropes for leverage here. So Jim Alexi has to cheat to win, but nonetheless, Alexi does get his, I guess, vengeance or his win back. He beats Cousin Slim, and well, I bet Jim Alexi thinks it's done, but if anything, I can tell Cousin Slim's none too happy about the way it looks. He may be stupid, but he's not stupid, I guess we can say, you know? I mean, he understands the basics of a wrestling match, at least, and he knows that Jim Alexi cheated. Either way, though, Alexi and Slim have great chemistry. I forgot about that, so that's awesome to know that they have great chemistry. I'm glad that we have these two feuding. We'll have to... Of course, they're probably going to have one more match, so when they do have their last match, we'll have to have it be a pretty good blow-off match, hopefully. This did get the crowd hotter, which is awesome. Jim Alexi with an in-ring performance of a 35. He's getting better. And Cousin Slim with a 24 as it gains heat, excuse me, for the Rockstar Rockabilly storyline. No worker improvement here, though. And as we move on to our next segment here, John Doe, a.k.a. yours truly, the man from the future himself, goes to the interview area as he's being joined by Ripper Savage and Guillotine Gordon. Of course, the interview area is a little nice set-off place out in the open, so because we're a local company, we don't have TV or anything like that. In fact, it's 1970. I don't know if wrestling companies had the luxury of airing those. Well, no, they were on TV, so they were able to air those segments, like backstage segments, but I don't know how the audience saw those. I think that was exclusive for TV people. I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got a little interview place set to the side out there for the audience, away from the ring, and John Doe, our interviewee guy, because I'm too cheap to hire somebody just to interview someone. He's joined by Ripper Savage and Guillotine Gordon, and he's going to interview them about their upcoming tag team matchup tonight against the Eliminators, Bob Roop and Don Savage. So John Doe goes on to say, Ripper, Gordon, welcome. You two have had your issues with Bob Roop and Don Savage, and tonight you two will team for the first time ever to face them. Any nerves? And Ripper, with a big smile on his face, goes, oh boy, hold on, Ripper, before you talk, let me get a drink. Oh boy. Let me get a drink. Nerves? The Ripper doesn't know what the heck you're talking about, because the Savage Slaughterhouse and the Guillotine Grappler aren't sweating the clown Bob Roop and his fake friend Don Savage. I've already put that poser Don in his place, and if Ropo the Clown thinks that just because he and Don have a fancy team name, that they have already won, then allow me to introduce you to the Savage House Productions. Rated R for Ruthless. It's a quick little promo there from Ripper Savage and Guillotine Gordon. Gordon just standing there looking pretty, looking menacingly. Of course, Miss Sherry there as well, which I kind of forgot about. So Miss Sherry collected a payday today. Good for her. But yeah, Ripper Savage and Guillotine Gordon going to be teaming up. They've had their issues with both Bob Roop and Don Savage as of late. Ripper's had issues with both Savage and Bob Roop. I'm not sure about Guillotine Gordon and Bob Roop in the past, even though I'm the booker here. But Gordon's had his issues with Savage here tonight, and well, Roop and Savage are a team, and tonight they'll be teaming to take on Ripper Savage and Guillotine Gordon, as I just said. Repeating myself now. Either way, this should be an interesting matchup, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe these two have, good chemistry. I feel like they'd make a good team. I don't know why. Miss Sherry helping Savage, as always. Good for her. It did lose heat for the Savage Slaughterhouse Iceman storyline, but I'm sure we can gain that back in time. No work or improvements, though. We move on to our next matchup here, which gets a 34E plus rating here. A decent matchup here. Rockin' Robert Fuller going 101 against the loose cannon, Les Roberts. And he beats Les Roberts in 5 minutes, 42 seconds when Les Roberts gets himself intentionally disqualified. Now, I don't know if he himself, intentionally got himself disqualified, but we all know Les Roberts. We all know he's a bit cuckoo. He just kind of sees red and then goes loose, and he took off his belt and he started whipping Robert Fuller with it. He had Robert Fuller down. He probably could have won the damn match, but instead, he just takes that belt and he starts to whip the rock star. And the referee having the call for the belt, ending in the disqualification here tonight, but that does not let up. Les Roberts does not let up. He keeps whipping Robert Fuller here, and somebody's got to stop this guy. Somebody. Les Roberts seemed off his game here tonight. He's probably not too happy about losing, but he's a loose cannon, He's got to stop. He's got to stop. If he wants to win, he's got to stop. This did get the match, the crowd hotter here. Rockin' Robert Fuller with an in-ring performance of a 33. Les Roberts with a 30, so somehow they did even better than they should have. I mean, only 1 point considering Robert Fuller had the in-ring performance of a 33, but still, good job, guys. And gained some heat for There's a Cannon on the Loose. Good stuff. Excuse me. We move on to our next segment here, as I kind of hinted at before. 30E plus rating here as Les Roberts. I should have put the way the storyline for Les Roberts works right now is I have Bob Clay, the referee, in the storyline with him. That way, every match Les Roberts in it progresses it because he's not really in a storyline with someone. Originally, I thought about doing George Hutz, but George Hutz is a bit kind of, I don't want to say he's too good for Les Roberts, but he's someone I shouldn't be burying, I feel. He's got a lot of upside, it seems like, so it's not someone I want to have Les Roberts, kind of just go over simply to win. So I figured I'd take George out of there and do something else with him later and have Les kind of just be this loose cannon, because that's his storyline. He's a loose cannon. He's kind of uncontrollable. You never know what he's thinking and what he's going to do. And every match pretty much just has Bob Clay in it. So that's an easy way to keep the storyline progressing without somebody in there, even though Bob Clay's really not a part of the storyline. But I should have probably put him in here somewhat, even if he was not rated, just to keep this storyline advancing. That's the one downside, is with the angles. I need somebody there to continue with the angles, but it's not that big of a deal. Les Roberts just pretty much lets loose on Rockin' Robert Fuller, continues to whip him over and over again until Bob Clay or maybe some road agents have to come down and stop him from doing so. Or ideally, I would have liked it to be Jimmy Snuka, but Jimmy Snuka is working somewhere tonight, so he was not here, which was unfortunate because by the time I thought about this, I was like, oh, we'll have Snuka do it, but I guess in my booking mindset, I was like, well, I need Jerry Monty for tonight because Jerry Monty will be in the main event. So I needed the book around that, and I decided to go with Friday because I was like, oh, I probably won't use Snuka, not thinking through. But it's really not that big of a deal. It would have only just been a one-segment thing. But anyway, Roberts continues to beat down on Rockin' Robert Fuller. And who knows, maybe we'll do Snuka and Les Roberts next week, or maybe have Roberts have to find a partner. Anyway, moving on to our next segment of the night, we go to a 22E minus rating here, as Bob Roop and Don Savage, a.k.a. the Eliminators, make their way to the ring before Ripper Savage and Guillotine Gordon can make their way towards the ring. Bob Roop takes to the mic. That was a run-on sentence. And Bob Roop quickly takes to the mic and he goes, Ripper, Guillotine, you sure know how to talk the talk. But when it comes to fighting, you've got to resort to cheap tactics to back up all that talk. Tonight, you and that wannabe Al Capone get eliminated. So another quick little promo here that unfortunately loses heat for both the storylines here. Hopefully the match itself brings that back up, because Bob Roop not the best on the mic apparently, unfortunately. Anyway, moving on to the actual matchup, our main event, air quotations, of the night. We go to a 47 solid D rating. Hell yeah, boosted that storyline heat back up. This is a freaking great match. In fact, it's probably going to be better than the main event, I feel like. Hell yeah. Anyway, And what is kind of being advertised as the main event, but I have some storyline stuff going on afterwards. So the main event of the night, 47 solid D rating and a decent matchup. The Eliminators, Bob Roop and Don Savage, go over Ripper Savage and Guillotine Gordon in 13 minutes, 18 seconds when Don Savage defeats Guillotine Gordon, maybe not by submission. Maybe just by pinfall. Bob Roop apparently carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. The way I'd like to imagine this happening here is Roop and Ripper kind of, brawl away from the match. So it's just kind of left with Savage and Guillotine towards the end. And maybe Don Savage does lock like a sleeper hold in on Guillotine or something, or puts him to sleep right there because he's a military guy. So he's got like hand-to-hand combat or something like that. I don't know. Either way, though, the Eliminators put Gordon and Savage to rest here tonight with maybe Miss Sherry getting Ripper out of there from Bob Roop, and that leaves Guillotine Gordon alone to get double-teamed, and then Savage gets it. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. I like that. Miss Sherry and Ripper abandon Guillotine because it doesn't look like they had like great chemistry. They didn't have negative chemistry, so we can always go back to that. But it kind of leads to, Ripper still being all about himself, abandoning Guillotine here, and then the actual team working together to put away Guillotine, which still makes them kind of look strong because, it took two men to beat him. Miss Sherry doing good work ringside, good for her. Bob Roop and Don Savage showed excellent chemistry teaming with each other, which is why we have them as a team. Guillotine Gordon with an in-ring performance of a 28. He was the weakest of everybody. Good God, everyone see Bob Roop's in-ring performance? We'll get there, but jeez, man. Calm it down, Bob. Calm it down. Guillotine Gordon, 28 in-ring performance. Ripper Savage with a 37. Don Savage with a 33. And Bob freaking Roop over here with a 61. Calm it down, Bob. Calm it down. Bob, you didn't need to bring it that hard. You didn't. Bob, Bob, that was crazy, dude. You killed it out there. You killed it, man. You showed everybody you're the star. Oh, my God. Gained heat for both the storylines, as we knew it would do. Good stuff. Bob Roop's improving in his Rumble and in his performance. Bob, you don't need... Bob, stop. Bob, stop. You don't... Bob, you had a 61. Let the others improve. Let Guillotine Gordon get some improvement there. Let your partner, Don Sap... Bob, you didn't have to. You didn't have to, Bob. Bob, that's too much. That's too much, Bob. Okay, 30E plus rating here as the show begins to end. Alexis Smirnoff interrupts the send-off, so you got like the ring announcer or maybe John Doe out there. Thank you all for coming out to IWC. We'll see you guys next week, or not next week, next month for the next program, blah, blah, blah. Just kind of hyping up the next show, letting them know, hey, where we're going to be, what day it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. But instead of sending off the show, out comes Alexis Smirnoff, who is just rushing down to the ring. John Doe gets out of the ring, or maybe he doesn't even get a chance to get out of the ring because Alexis Smirnoff just races down there. He gets in the ring. He grabs the mic away from the announcer, pushes him out of the ring or scares him out of the ring, and then Smirnoff takes the mic and he goes, "I've been waiting for the arrival all night of the Arnolds. This show does not end until those cowards answer for what they've done to the Butcher. Jody, Don, face your nightmare." And Smirnoff tosses the mic down. He's begging. He's daring. He wants Don Arnold, the financial backer. He wants the champion Jody Arnold. He wants them to pay for embarrassing and firing his friend Alex the Butcher. But instead of the Arnolds, out comes Jerry Monty, who's also had his issues with Jody and Don Arnold. And out he comes and he goes, "Lexi, I understand your frustrations more than you know. But Jody and Don aren't here, and they aren't coming. Well, all I've got you here, let me tell you, that I'm not about to step out of the way and let you take my place in the IWC regional title hunt. The regional title is a nice constellation prize, but I'd rather have Jody's head. And if you get in my way, I'll have yours too." Now, in the ring, I'd imagine Jerry Monty not taking too kindly to Alexis Smirnoff's threats. He kind of gets in his face and he goes, "Don't start a fight. You can't finish." And Alexis Smirnoff does not take too kindly to that. He doesn't like that Jerry Monty's got in his face. In fact, I'd imagine Alexis Smirnoff might be a little drunk right now. He might be drinking the Smirnoff. And he takes a shot at Jerry Monty, maybe a forearm or something, takes him down, and catches him off guard, and to begin the brawl, and just kind of starting this impromptu matchup here tonight in our unadvertised main event that I was kind of hinting at to you guys before, between Alexis Smirnoff and Jerry Monty now. So, did lose heat for the corruption of Jody Arnold storyline, but again, I'm sure we can gain that back a little later as well. These two start fighting. We lead to a matchup. Whew, definitely not as good as what I was hoping. That tag team main event or tag team match was way better than this matchup. Man, I mean, it did go on for a little while. As you can see, both men were visibly tired towards the end. In fact, I probably shouldn't have had it go on that long, since it was supposed to be a wild brawl kind of matchup as well. Maybe should have shortened the matchup, but in fact, you can even see right there, the match went on a little too long given its aim. That's my bad. In fact, it's definitely my bad, because originally I didn't plan. This was kind of my original plan was for Don Arnold to kind of make this match to... Well, actually, no, let me tell you what my original plan was. My original plan was for Alexis Smirnoff to kind of run the gauntlet and then fight Jody Arnold in the main event and be so exhausted that he can't beat him. But I was worried about two things. One, this right here, as we can see, which I should have been worried about it here too. I was worried that having Smirnoff work so many matches would make him tired, and it wouldn't be good match quality. And two, Smirnoff is still technically a heel, and I don't want to turn him yet because it's still too soon, as it is with almost everybody here. So he would be working a lot of heels in that gauntlet kind of match as well. So that's why I kind of scrapped that idea. And then I went with this. Excuse me. Monty and Smirnoff, and my idea there was, to have both men, pretty much wanting Jody Arnold, and then since both men are kind of at Don Arnold's bad side, he was going to book them against each other and, be some screwy kind of thing or whatnot like that. But somewhere around booking the show, I decided, you know what, I kind of like the idea of the Arnolds not wanting to come to the show because of Alexis Smirnoff maybe, and him issuing the challenge, but Jerry Monty refusing to step aside like he is right here. I like that whole idea, but I didn't think to change the time, which I kind of should have. Like, looking at it now, hindsight, the match didn't need to be that long. It should have been more of like a 10-minute match. Definitely not almost 20-minute long, so that's definitely a my bad. It's a my bad, so I'm not going to go back and change anything. You got to bite the bullet sometimes. The only reason I changed this is because it was so early in the show and it was something so little. But that's my booking. I intentionally booked it that way. You got to bite the bullet. I did it at my WrestleMania. Did it here. Should have been the tag team match. You got to learn your lessons. You got to make mistakes to learn from them, 32 E+ rating. Decent matchup here. Monty and Alexis Smirnoff end up drawing in 18 minutes, 13 seconds after just a match that should not have gone on as long as it should have. As you can see, the match went on a little too long. We know both superstars were visibly tired towards the end. I wanted to make them look like they were on even sets or even feet or whatever I'm trying to say. Damn, this is kind of a bummer, man. Because I really kind of wanted to, book these two as, the top guys right now. And right now I'm just I let them down. I feel like I let them down. Man. Live and let learn. Jerry Monty, in-ring performance of a 37, Smirnoff 33. Of course, the match ends with a double countout as they just brawl out to the ring, unresponsive to the referee, and they just keep brawling and brawling and brawling until finally the 10 count, and they just keep brawling. They don't even acknowledge the 10 count. They brawl, and we don't even see where they go. I imagine maybe they're pulled apart later on somewhere in town. 32 E+ rating. And they can't brawl into town because we end off the night with a 37 D- rating as we have a pull-apart brawl. The match has, been thrown out. It's been a double count out. Both superstars are still brawling. And then out come numerous superstars. I just kind of chose to go with, the ones that were on the show. That made sense. I wasn't going to have, Les Roberts in there because why would he help anybody out? He's a loose cannon. I wasn't going to have Jim Alexi there or... Jim Alexi I was going to have there, but there's no one else to put in there as well. And I wasn't going to have, Cousin Slim, because Cousin Slim should be wanting to beat Jim Alexi's ass right now. Although, when you think about it, Guillotine Gordon, Ripper Savage, Don Savage, and Bob Roop would probably want to fight. But I'd imagine Bob Roop and Don Savage have enough sense in their head to just kind of separate Monty from the action. And Gordon and Savage, I'd imagine, maybe kind of wanted to fight, especially after Savage bailed on Gordon. But that wasn't my plan in the first thing. I kind of came up with that as I was booking. But they're also there maybe for job security or whatnot. Just trying to keep, make sure Alexis Smirnoff doesn't, make it so the company closes down because he's in a rage. It did lose heat for the storyline. Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Technically, the storyline between... Maybe they take a shot at each other as well because they're out there. But anyway, that goes ahead. That ends off our show with a pull-apart brawl. And we get ourselves a 35 E+ rating here. Definitely could have been better if we went with the tag match, but we still increased our popularity in one region. Great stuff all around. And you already know Bob Roop is praised for a great performance here tonight. The dude pulled out a 60. He had no right, but he did. So yeah, he's definitely getting that praise tonight, because holy hell in a handbasket. Who else can we... I think I'm going to do Les Roberts and Rockin' Robert Fuller because they put on a better match than they should have, even though it was 1 point better when you consider Rockin' Robert Fuller was at a 33. They put on a much better match than I think they should have, especially given it being a shorter match and a match that ended in disqualification. So I think I'm going to give them a little bit more encouragement, because I'm always giving Ripper encouragement, and I don't think Don Savage or Guillotine earned it. And I failed Jerry Monty and Alexis Smirnoff tonight, and they really didn't earn a lashing, but they didn't earn any compliments as well. So yeah, I'm thinking Les Roberts, Rockin' Fuller, and Robert Roop, Bob Roop here. Bob Roop was pleased with our speech. Of course he was. We praised him. We told him, dude, you killed it tonight. You had no right being as good as you did, but you did. Les Roberts seemed pleased, and Rockin' Robert Fuller was pleased with our speech. So good stuff all around. Good stuff. All right, though, this is going to be that part of the program where sometimes my audio lags behind. Sometimes it doesn't. You never know. But this is going to be kind of the post-show where we kind of look at some of the extra stuff here in the game. So if you're not down for that and you want to bail, you're more than welcome to. I appreciate you all coming along. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next Local to Global video. I'm going to try to go to a new schedule here. I know we were working that one schedule actually pretty well there for a bit, but I got caught up. And normally once I lag behind it, it's the same thing with TV shows and anything. When I miss one episode or 2 episodes, or I miss 1 week or 2 weeks of doing something that I've been doing on a weekly basis, I kind of discourage myself just to stop watching that show or stop doing that said thing, which is a really bad habit, and I got to stop doing it. So I'm going to try to get back onto my schedule, but change it up a little bit from, instead of doing 1 invasion video and then 2 local to globals, I'm just going to do 1 video a week, at least. I mean, there might be times where I'll do more than 1 video a week, but I'm just going to try to get to you guys 1 video out every week from now on. So that's kind of the plan from going out here. So anyway, let's go ahead. Let's look at what we've got going on here. Apparently, Rod Fenton is returning after being AWOL for quite some time. He's making a return to the wrestling industry. Apparently, he's an active wrestler at 58 years old. Hey, I was hoping he had some good pop. Can we... Oh, $1,200? Nah, dude. Although I thought about it, but... Oh, wait, he's a road agent. He's not even... It says he's an active wrestler, but he puts him as a road agent. I guess. Well, when you consider that, maybe he'll make a good road agent for the future. But right now, nah, I'm good, dude. I don't need to hire you. I've got. In fact, I need people who can do different things as war road agents. Like right now, my referee is my road agent. Ann Casey and Jack Crawford are at war, apparently. Clash of egos. But yeah, I need people who can do multiple things. Bob Roop, my referee, serves as my road agent. We got a very positive feedback on our show, which is awesome. But yeah, that and Jerry Monty sometimes serves as the road agent when he's on the show, but isn't in the match as well. Jody Arnold has changed his body type and is now rated as ripped. Oh, Jody, you are a man trying to earn my heart. Hell yes, that's my freaking main champion right now, and he's a ripped middleweight. You gotta love that. Ray Stevens has joined Jimmy Crockett Promotion. Ray Stevens is this gentleman right here. Decent pop. JWA have made a contract to Buck Ramstead, so he'll probably be going there. And Don Morocco has a pretty good relationship building with our own Les Roberts. So who knows? Maybe we'll bring Don Morocco in sometimes in the future. He's only got $500, or is only $500, so it's not the worst. The only downside is he's already working for 3 companies. I have to well, it's not too bad. It's manageable if we really wanted to. You know what? Don Morocco became a star, too. And he could be a road agent. I'm thinking about it, actually. You know what? Let's do it. We're gonna hire Don Morocco. Let's see if we can get him for like $400. Let's see what he did. 420? Oh hell yeah, 420. Blaze it. We'll pay you that. We'll pay you 420. We're getting Don Morocco. Hell yeah, dude. All because of their friendship. Okay. So I've hinted at this a little bit before, but let's go ahead and let's look at some of the news that happened here. So Andre the Giant has he leaves EMLL, which was let's go to the company first, which is like a Mexican company, Empresa Mexicana de la Lucha Libre. He was apparently there for like an excursion, trying to get better. He came back over. He was unemployed for a little bit, but he got picked up by IWE now, so he's working over there. So I just thought that was cool, considering Andre is one of the biggest stars in the world nowadays, or biggest legends, I should say. El Santo, speaking of biggest legends in the world, one of the biggest El Nazi, one of the biggest legends in Lucha Libre history and Mexican history. El Santo is currently unemployed. Unemployed and divorced. Things are not going good for El Santo here. I did think about bringing him in, but $2,400, no, that's not happening. I will go ahead and shortlist him because, look at that. Okay, he's not that popular. He's way more popular in Mexico, but maybe I won't bring him in. But yeah, El Santo, one of the most famous Lucha Libre wrestlers of all time, is unemployed and now divorced. Like I mentioned, I told you guys it'll probably happen. Alex the Butcher, a.k.a. Giles Poison, was not in what the hell was it called? JWA for very long. As you can see, he went there in May of 1971, and he was out in August of 1971. So April, May, and then June, July, August. He was there for 3 months before he was let go. They always let go of people. Like, JWA hired people and then fired them within like months. So it didn't shock me at all that he got fired from them. It just sucks that he was hired by them in the first place. because they took they took the Butcher away from me, and now because they took him away from me, I can't negotiate with him at the moment because he doesn't want to return to the IWC at the moment since he just left. So it wasn't that long ago. Plus now he's at $1,000, which sucks. So I don't know if I would even bring him back at the moment because before I had him on a pretty good deal. Now I'd have to pay a full price for him. So it'll probably be a minute before we get the Butcher back, but we can get the Butcher back sometime in the future. It's not like he left a bad note with us. So plus he's got a strong friendship with Bob Roop. He's just not interested in working with us at the moment. So we have to wait for him to be able to work with us. And before the show, Alexis Smirnoff was brought to locker room court. I didn't write down why he was brought to locker room court for some reason, but pretty much Judge Arnold, Don Arnold, told him that he was going to have to pretty much buy everyone alcohol at the end of the night. So Smirnoff has to buy the Smirnoff. Oh boy. Yeah, we might lose money. I'm just going to go ahead and say we're probably going to lose money. Probably. I'm not even going to beat around the bush and be like, well, we might. No, we're probably going to lose money. That's really pretty much it about what I kind of want to go over here. So hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, my name is OMG, WTF, LOTWBRB. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, don't forget to share this video with your friends, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams. I don't give a dams. Anybody you feel would enjoy my content, give them a share and help your homeboy get some new subscribers up in this bitch. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, have a great day.